And I'm going to present a little bit about where I'm from and why I came here. I'm going to do it with my presentation. It might help me, so we'll start. All right, so my name is Dor. I'm from Israel, as I've been saying. This is a picture a friend of mine was taken from a glider parachute kind of thing. This would be my house. I know it's not very noticeable. This is the Lower Golub. Some of you might have heard it through the Bibles and thought it was a fiction place. So these are actual pictures of the Golub. This would be another picture of the other side. This is the place that I grew up, and my parents still live there. It's called Kamon. It's a small settlement, about 150 families. The closer part is the older part, where I was born. It was formed in the 80s. When I was born there were only caravans, and with time it was developed. On the far side, you may see big chunks of towns. These are Arabic towns. That one is called Lamed, which is an Arabic Christian village. The central one is Nachef, and the left one would be called Dirasa, which is a Muslim village. So Kamon is the name of my settlement. It's been named from the word cumin. Originally, there was a Bedouin tribe living on these territories, close to these territories, which they still do, and they still occupy most of the land, and this is the origin of the name. Now, Kamon is in Misgab, which is the region council, and it's in the Lower Golub, in the north of Israel. So just to give you a clear look at what that means, this is the map of Israel. This would be the north part. This would be the Lower Golub, around where I live. And in terms of the world, so this would be Israel in the Middle East. And yesterday we tried to find it with the lower school, with the elementary school. So this would be Israel in the world. Okay, so it's not as big as it sounds on the news, maybe, but it's still somewhere there. All right, so this is again the map of the north part of Israel. And this is where I'm from. This would be the next, the closest, biggest city, which is a kind of a small one. This would be my school. Now what I want to present is the location of the Jewish settlements around the area. There would be all kinds of Jewish settlements, just like mine. My regional council has 32. I just put some here just to give you an idea of all kinds of Jewish settlements. And around it, what you can see kind of clearly is a lot of Arabic settlements. The Jewish settlements would be in the blue circles, and the red ones would be the Arabic settlements, villages. As you can see, they're very close to each other, and they're really one next to another. It's kind of mixed. And yet, when I was going to school, I had very little exposure to different cultures. I mean, you live in a society, as you can see here, that is very mixed. It's all combined. One village next to another, maybe 2 minutes driving distance, and yet cultures don't collide very often. So it has Jewish villages, there are Muslim villages, and there are Christian villages among these. Now, I made a presentation that would be longer, and I will present some of it to the middle school tomorrow probably. But what I want is to cut to the next part, which would be why I'm here in terms of my college. So just a second, I'll flip over to my college. So this would be my college, David Yellin College. Okay, and we've had all kinds of programs that we've started in the latest years in order to fix what I've just described. The people living so close together and yet having no relationship and no knowledge of the other person's culture. So what happened is some of you might recognize Ruthie that was here, I think she was here last year, and she's on the right. And she sent a group of students. There's 11 students here. There's 6 Arabic students and 5 Jewish students in this group. Usually it's supposed to be somewhere around the middle. And we're going to a different country. This time we went to Northern Ireland to see a different conflict that is kind of similar to our conflict, and to compare how they're dealing with it in terms of education and in terms of living style. So we went around. We had a lot of good times together, and the thing about having a good time together with different people is not all about just it's not just for fun. When you have a good relationship with someone that develops through having good experiences together, then the informal conversations that you will have together will be the meaningful ones. Okay? The fact that you talk about something in a formal way around a round table and discussing it could have some results. But if you develop a friend and develop a good relationship with them, then you can talk about things that otherwise would be considered taboo, and things that you would not be able to talk about. So through having just fun, nice activities together, good experiences, we developed friendship, and through the friendship we could discuss very hurtful matters. Also, we went to see a lot of schools there, and we saw the way that they're dealing with education. They're having a lot of what they call shared education, which means 2 schools of Catholics and Protestants studying together for specific courses or specific subjects. That is a little bit more successful than the integrated education, which means that they're studying the same school, which would be probably the next step in the process. So in one of the last days of our trip there, the college there, which is called the Stranmillis College, they hosted us for a final event of the music department, and they were having all these. They were having a choir and an orchestra, and they were playing all these classics from movies, from Disney films, from the Phantom of the Opera, things that pretty much everybody knows. And we were standing in the crowd, and I was having a great time. It seemed very nice. But I couldn't help to notice that all my Arabic friends really lost interest. They were not interested at all. They just fell asleep or started playing with their phones. And I was kind of irritated by that thought. So when it ended, I asked them, why is that? Why didn't they like the show? Why didn't they try to focus? And they said that they don't know that culture. They've never heard these songs. They don't know these movies, and it's not familiar to them. And that was very shocking for me. I thought everybody knows Disney. I thought everybody knows, Forrest Gump. I thought people know that, and apparently not. So the idea I had was to form some kind of a choir that will teach people from the Western side about the Eastern side culture, and people from the Eastern side about the Western side culture. And then we'll be more familiar, and maybe it'll build a bridge over the gap we have in terms of culture. So it took me about a year to convince the college that it's important. And after a year, it became a course in the college, a standard course. And we have 40 people, just about 20 Arabs and 20 Jews. And there is every week there was kind of a lesson, a rehearsal. And we do a lot of songs from various cultures. So I want to let you hear some of our songs that we do. The first one that I'm going to let you hear is a Yemenite song. It's in kind of an ancient Hebrew, so it's foreign for Hebrew speakers and it's foreign for Arabic speakers, so that's at least a common ground. So this would be the first one. And their is kind of harsh. for the Jewish speakers and it was new to the Arabic speakers because it was something in the middle. And I think it's good that people have the chance to taste something that is not common for them. The next video I want to show you is from one of the students in our choir, which is an exceptional singer. And the video is on the side, but still try to focus on what he sings. This is a song. It's a very ancient Arabic song, and with Joe's help, with Mr. Hedko's help, we're gonna try and teach it right here. We're gonna try and have all of this multiculturalism effect through the music. So we're gonna try and teach a Hebrew Yemenite song this week and see if it will work. And then next week we're gonna try to teach this song. So the point of this choir is to try and connect the cultures through music. Another attempt we had was a fair play convention, fair play competition, where we took different groups from my college, which come from different places, and we made them play soccer together. And in my school, it's mainly girls. It's about 90% girls, so it was funny. So we had this is our dean, and a lot of our professors were the reps, and these are the teams, mixed teams of all kinds of faculty and students, Arabs, Jews, boys and girls, religion and non-religions. Everyone was playing together. It was very, 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 very entertaining. It was a little bit more competitive than what I thought. The different thing about fair play than a normal soccer game would be that you determine the rules before the game. Both of the teams come with a rep, and they decide different rules that are going to be in the game in addition to the normal rules. For example, when one team scores, all of the defending team goes and hugs the goalkeeper because he is so sad. Or if one player falls down, everybody stops and he pulls him up, right? So it makes a lot of a very supportive vibe and still maintains a very, very fun atmosphere. So these are the things that we're trying to do in our college to connect these different cultures. I hope we're succeeding, and I hope it'll be for a long term. I can see that some of the things that we're struggling to do and we're thinking that we're inventing something very new, you're doing here in a very natural way, and this is amazing. I mean, that's why I'm so excited to see all the different programs we have here, because I think our goal is your presence. So it's really amazing for me to experience it, and yeah, and I look forward to seeing you around school, and